Hey family, Pastor Willingham here. Let's talk about compassion today. Let's talk about true compassion, something that we could use in this world today is compassion, and we do see a lack of compassion in this world today, the violence in our world. Again, the racism, the white supremacy, the political division, in our world today. Again, the war, the gun violence, there is an incredible lack of compassion in our world today. And so in our scripture today in Exodus 2nd chapter, verses 4-6, it shows us what true compassion looks like. To have compassion is one thing, again, to have compassion for someone who looks like you, but it's another thing to have compassion for races and cultures of people who don't look like you. And this is where the true compassion is. And again, Exodus 2nd chapter, verses 4-6 here, we see after Moses, the mother of Moses, puts him in the river, his sister stood afar off and watched what would be done to him. And so his sister watches, and by verse 5 here, the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, this tiny ark in which the mother of Moses had put him in, floating down the river, she sent her maids to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child. She saw Moses, the babe, and wept. The babe wept, and she had compassion upon his cry. She had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." And so she knew that Moses was of a different culture than her. She knew the law that her father had put in place to destroy the male Hebrew children. And yet, when she heard the cry of the baby Moses, she had compassion on him, and she was not able to follow the law. Even though it was her father who made the law, the compassion that she had did not allow her to follow an unjust policy. And this is a lesson for us in our world today, that although persons in political power may be doing things in an unjust manner, our compassion, our God-given compassion in us, should guide us to not follow unjust, political, oppressive things in our world. And this is the power of compassion that we should have, not just for ourselves, but for people outside of our culture. We should hear their cry. We should understand their plight and have compassion one to another. And so I thank you for listening, and I invite you to subscribe and share this information with someone whom you love, whose life you could help change. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.